Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video we got some huge Cardano news from Charles and the team. So we're going to dig into that. We're going to ask, what next for Cardano? What does this mean? And all those sort of wonderful questions that a lot of people have out in the space. If you enjoy this sort of content and you want to support the channel, mash up that like button. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes. We really do appreciate it. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications, just a must in the bear cycle. Make sure that you're engaged and you're kept up to date on everything that's happening in this space. Okay, let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to start on coin market cap. Now, the total market cap for all crypto is up 2.67% at the time of recording at 927.84 billion. And we expect that to pull back right now. We list all of our buys and our sells in our Patreon, and you will see that I bought somewhere close down to the recent bottom that Bitcoin had. But that is just a laddering in position. I expect the prices to go lower. So make sure that you're not FOMOing into any of these projects at the moment because you're seeing green candles. They might be there for a little while, or they could, really start to come down quite heavy quite quickly. And I think, we need to, be conscious in this space to utilize the tools that are available to us, like Elliott wave theory, technical analysis, and other metrics and tools that are available, so that we can maximize the amount of crypto we can get for our hard-earned cash. So no FOMOing in, guys. We expect lower lows still, and it's not the best macro landscape in the real world currently, and this isn't a crypto issue or a crypto market issue with these big pullbacks. This is the general financial sectors, so be that stocks and so forth, right? So let's just be really conscious about that. Crypto isn't going anywhere. This isn't just a crypto only scenario, with the market cycles. This is a much bigger event that we are living through at the moment. And in my humble opinion, I think this is the biggest opportunity that we're going to see, and the biggest transfer of wealth we are ever going to see in history. And we've got that opportunity. If you're watching today, these are where the opportunities lie. So do jump in our Discord, stay engaged. It's free to join our Discord. Link is in the description. Right, let's move on. Let's have a look at Cardano and everything that we're here to talk about. And Cardano currently up 3% at the time of recording at 0.5092, ranked 7th by market cap. The ticker ADA, ADA, for those of you that are aware, and you can pretty much get this cryptocurrency on most exchanges. So I don't think that the latest news that's come out is going to do anything great for the price of Cardano in the short term, but long term, we're still really bullish on this project, and Nick and myself are both very well aligned to the fact that we would rather something takes time to come to market and be fully operational than rush to market and down all the time, and kill switch being flicked, and ultimately clocks deviating from real time. And you get where I'm going with this. This is Solana that I'm referring to, which in my opinion has been rushed to market to maximize the bull cycle, whereas I think slow steady wins the race sometimes. And again, that might not be aligned to a lot of people's way of thinking, but for me, I think the peer-reviewed technology that is far superior than many others out there should be released when it's right to release it. And I think that's really important. So it fills me with confidence when I see delays that have got real reasoning behind them, and ultimately is done in a way that is going to probably be better for the project and the ecosystem itself. So we have a look at the ecosystem, and what I mean by this is the total value locked sat at 109.88 million, which come down significantly, but nowhere near as much as other protocols. And that is, it is a positive, I feel, and shows how strong the community is for Cardano. And there are other projects with strong communities also. Solana has a 1.8 million people following on Twitter, for example, and I think Polkadot has 1.5. So there are other strong ecosystems, and communities, but I think they've been impacted much more heavily than, say, Cardano, for example, which I think shows an awful lot of strength, which is why I wanted to bring it up. The wallets, they're pretty steady. The staking's increased recently, which is great. Wallets per day is slightly down, but nothing too concerning. The average block load is down and it's in green at the minute, which is fantastic for the last 24 hours at 45.58%. Native tokens are still on the increase, and we've actually seen transaction and payments increase slightly as well, which is good to see. So let's talk about the recent update that we've had from Charles and IOHK, and we've got the article here, and basically it isn't music to anybody's ears, I guess, and I guess that really depends on how this plays out in relation to ADA's price, because if this news has a negative impact on price, then I'm likely to be purchasing more, and so might Nick as well, and many of our community, because long term I don't think this changes anything, and I think it's a positive thing to delay in order to get it right, because this is probably the most complex upgrade that they've done to date. So basically, in a nutshell, I think the 29th of June was the date that was sort of published for the mainnet hard fork, but that is going to be delayed, and basically this is because they've got, I think, 7 outstanding bugs. They're not severe, they're just general bugs that they've got to iron out, but ultimately it puts the mainnet upgrade back until the last week of June, and they've got criterias and all this stuff to hit. So I think this is big news, or huge news, to really sort of call out. And I really wanted to just do a video just to sort of give my take on it, because I think my take's going to be a little bit different to many others.
Okay, it's that point in the video where we want to talk about being safe in the crypto space. We see a lot of scam activity and want to ensure our cheeky community are as safe as possible and prevent anyone from losing their crypto. There are many different scams in the space, but one of the most common and easy to avoid are those hacked wallets and exchanges being hacked themselves. This is where hardware wallets come in. When it comes to choosing a crypto wallet, there is no perfect solution, and no matter which kind of wallet you do choose, if you don't understand the basics of security, you can still become a target of bad actors. Now, like I said, we like hardware wallets because they minimize the risks that we cannot control, such as major data breaches at cryptocurrency exchanges or malware that exploits the zero-day vulnerabilities in mobile and desktop operating systems. To be clear though, hardware wallets are not perfectly safe. They will give you an added level of security and protection though. We do like to use the Ledger devices. We have Ledger Nano S and X on this channel, and these are for a good bang for your buck when it comes to keeping your crypto safe and secure. There are 2 models, the Ledger Nano X and the Ledger Nano S. The X uses Bluetooth and can be used with your mobile, where the Ledger Nano S, it does require you to actually plug it into a laptop. Those are the 2 main versions, and we actually use both of them as some cryptocurrencies only work with the Ledger Nano S currently. The Ledger Nano S is smaller, however, with a limit on the amount of different coins that you can hold, whereas the Ledger Nano X can hold up to 100 different cryptocurrencies. You often find yourself having a trade-off between the kind of hardware wallet that you want to buy and obviously the ones that do everything you absolutely need them to do. Now, when it comes to cost and availability, I do find that Ledger is a little bit easier to kind of come by and is more affordable to the everyday individual and investor. When it comes to buying a hardware wallet, we do suggest you research the different types and brands, and I cannot stress this part enough. Only order directly from the manufacturer, as there are many fake hardware wallets out there. If you are interested in a hardware wallet, there is a link to Ledger's official website in the description below. You will be able to find out more details about how to keep your crypto safe there. Guys, let's continue with the video.
I think there's delaying upgrades for the wrong reasons, because you're just generally not ready and you've put a date to it that was just unattainable. And I think that's basically what's happening with Ethereum 2.0, or as many people have said, ETH to 0. And in in that aspect, I think Cardano's is very different. I think this was a very realistic date that just hasn't managed to be achieved. And putting it back a few weeks, I don't think really concerns me. I think it would concern me more if they were rushing and, you know, just ignoring some of the flaws. And ultimately, I don't want to be invested in a project that is down more than it's up, you know, and having all the issues like what we see with Solana. And I think Solana will be fine in the long term, but ultimately at the moment there's a lot of issues, and I don't want to see that for Cardano. I want this to be peer-reviewed technology that is superior to many others. And I appreciate there is likely to be issues at points and things that were not tested because, you know, you didn't understand how the, you know, I guess people outside the organization were going to, you know, try to shortcut code and all this sort of stuff, right? And I think you're going to stumble across things, you know, as time goes on. I think that's just natural, and there'll be, I guess, hurdles to overcome. But I don't anticipate seeing what we're seeing for the likes of Solana, because they seem to be taking everything really, really seriously. So this fills me with confidence, and I think, you know, ultimately long term this project's going to do really, really well. I think it's well backed. It's got lots of support, you know, as many other projects do. I mean, if you look at Polkadot, they've got 1.5 million followers on Twitter. You know, Solana 1.8 million. Cardano has got a very similar size following, and, you know, it's strong, and you can see this in the numbers as I mentioned earlier. So, you know, I'm feeling that this project is a fantastic opportunity in this space, and one that, you know, is got one of the highest percentages in my portfolio now. So yeah, it's right up there. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on the delay to the hard fork. What do you think this means for the future of Cardano? I'm still really positive, but do let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are. I really do care and want to know. And jump in our Discord, have some more meaningful conversations with us. Would love to chat with you there. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.